Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm going to be teaching how I tint, fill, and shape my brows. I feel like that's my number one asked question in my DMs is who does my brows? Are they microbladed? Things like that. And I always say I do them myself. So I figured doing an updated brow routine would be really useful and helpful to show you guys what I've been doing, especially now that I've been tinting them. Tinting them has been like a game changer. And I remember like 10 years ago, people used to tint their brows. I mean, they still do, but then is when I really realized that tinting was a thing. And I was like, oh my God, I would never tint my eyebrows. And here I am tinting them because why did I ever think that tinting them was a bad thing? I have no idea, but it's amazing. And I feel like it's been a really big brow game changer for me, especially when it comes to filling my brows. I feel like it's a lot less work for me to do. I wake up, my brows are there, and it's great. What's nice about the tinting as well is it eventually fades away. Depending on how your cleansing routine is, it could last 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks. For me, it lasts around like 2.5, sometimes 3. So today I'll be showing you the steps on how I fill, shape, and tint my brows, the products I use. And if I forget to say anything, everything will be listed down below. So I've been waxing my eyebrows since I was 14. So that's 16 years worth of damage on my brows. I'm very thankful that they still want to continue to grow. But this is them grown out. Because I've waxed my brows for so long, they don't really grow back the way that they used to, but I'm very happy that they still do grow. So for me, when it comes to just cleaning them up, it's very minimal. It's not a lot of work for me to do it all. I also stopped waxing my eyebrows. I found that over time, my skin has just become really sensitive. So waxing for me, I just kind of toss it out the window. Now I do a mixture between tweezing and using one of these guys. You could get these at the beauty store. That's exactly where I get them from. You get like 2 to 4 for like $1. So well worth it. Now, when it comes to tinting my brows, I use this brand that I got off Amazon. It is Refectocil. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm saying that right, my friend Abby, who is a licensed esthetician, put me onto this stuff. There's a kit that you could get on Amazon. So you can get your color brow, the activator, a little one of these that you can mix it in, and then a little brush that you could apply. So really nice and fairly decently cheap. I feel like it was under $20 for the entire kit. So I have a couple colors here that I like to mix for myself. I am a natural brunette, but I do dye my hair a little bit darker. So my brow color is my natural color, but with my hair being a little richer, I like my brows to be a little richer. So I do the little concoction of different colors. But if you're at home, pick the closest to your color and I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in really quick so get you nice and close. I think that should be perfect for you guys. So I just got back from the gym, so my tan is soaking. I need to take a shower, so this is like the perfect time for me to tint my eyebrows and shape them because I'm gonna jump in the shower, get all the little hairs off my face that's about to happen, and be fresh and brand new. It's like the best feeling. But first, what you're gonna need is a spoolie. I also got these off of Amazon. You could get a pack of like 100 for $6. We're just gonna need that to brush our hairs. Luckily, my hair likes to lay nice. I mean, sometimes some little pieces can be a little unruly, a little curly. That's what this is really good for, just to brush everything all out. Once I have my brows laid where I need them to, I'm gonna go in with a brow pencil. This is my favorite brow pencil at the moment. It's by e.l.f. This is their Ultra Precise. I have it in the shade medium brown. And what I like to do is let me get a little closer to my mirror. I like to just do a bottom line to shape how thick I like my brows, where I want hairs to be tinted. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of super fine blonde hairs that the tint will get and it's gonna make your brows look thicker. So that's why I like to tint first. And I find that doing this pencil step doesn't affect the tinting. So yeah, I just do the bottom just like that. I have a pretty good gauge of how far I want to do the top. But if you don't, you can also line the top as well. We all know the saying, brows are sisters, not twins. I definitely feel that way about mine. But I feel when I do tint my eyebrows, it gets them a little bit closer to being sisters. So that's another plus about tinting. Once I get my line, I kind of just take a step back, take a look at it, make sure it's exactly where I normally fill in my eyebrows. And then I put the pencil away. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the tinting. So you're gonna grab this little guy right here. If you have any type of glass, perfect to use. I'm telling you, I recommend the kit because it gives you everything that you need so you don't have to go looking for anything else. So I have a couple different colors. I have light brown, I have dark brown, and I have black. So this is where I like to do my own little concoction. Again, you do not have to do this. It's extra, but because I'm in this industry and color and mixing is just my thing, I like to be a little extra about it. So my hair color that is natural, I have a little bit of warmth to it. So the color that I get dyed, it's about 2 shades richer, I would say. Not even darker, just richer. So it's a little bit, it is darker, but it's also like a neutral warm, if that makes sense. So I kind of like to mix all 3, the dark brown, the black, and the light brown. So I get that neutral warmth and darkness. See what I did there? Again, that's pretty extra. You don't have to do all that. At first, I was just using the dark brown, but then I started playing around with it, and I was like, ooh, I like this better. So anyway, we're going to take a little amount, and I'm going to show you how much I take. So I'm going to take the dark brown with the brush, and I take like this much. I'm going to put it right in here. Then I'm going to go in with the medium brown, or the light brown, I'm sorry, the light brown. And then I'm going to take the black and take the tiniest bit because black usually overpowers everything. Now we're going to take this activator and we're going to do 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, oh, that was a lot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, if it's below or above, I don't think it really matters, but try to do at least around 10. Then I'm going to take our little guy right here, and I'm just going to stab this and get it all mixed in for the color. And I take my time. I really make sure that this is mixed. I feel like sometimes you mix it and you're like, okay, it's done. No, keep going. Keep stabbing. Okay, so now that I've been, let me see, done stabbing it, let's see if it'll focus. That's kind of what it looks like. It's a nice little pasty paste that we're going to put on our brows. We're just going to apply. And I'm just going to, I'm kind of quick with it. I've realized, like, I think at first when I started doing this, I was so nervous that I was going to tint all my skin and make my skin look crazy. You have some time. There's some wiggle room, so don't worry about that. I also like to push it into my hair this way. I know now I'm getting messy and it's going to look crazy, but bear with me, I promise. I promise it's going to be all right. We're going to take the spoolie. We're going to bounce back. Now, I'm going to take a Q-tip. You don't have to do this part, but I do. You can use micellar water. Whatever works for you. I'm just going to clean that up. Bam. Now I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to keep applying the product. And a little more. Work towards the front. I'm just kind of continuing to apply the product. Making sure it's getting all the hairs to where I need it to be. And then I go pretty much all the way to the front except for the very top right there. I'm going to see what time it is because I like to keep them on for like 10 minutes. You could put it like 5 to 10. However long. The longer, I feel like the longer you leave it on, it does slightly start to tint your skin, which is kind of nice. But what I do like about this one, it really depends. Some might think that this is a good thing. Some might think it's a bad thing. Some want it to tint their skin. And there's other dyes out there that will really tint the skin. This one does it ever so slightly. So I feel like it's a lot more user-friendly for people. But if you leave it on longer, it will eventually tint the skin. Not a crazy amount, but it does. Then let's take a little step back. And then I kind of just play with it while it's curing. Is that the word? Dying. Doing its thing. Oh, perfect. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to be here for like 10 minutes. So if you're wondering why I don't go all the way in at first, it's because this helps to have a little bit more of an ombre effect. Even though it doesn't tint the skin like I was saying, Initially, me leaving these on for 10 minutes will give a little bit of a tint to the skin. So if I were to put it here, kind of blocks off the brows, and I want it to look a little bit more natural, a little bit more just faded into the tint instead of just blocky. If blocks are your thing, have at it, fill this guy in. I just like my brows to be a little bit more natural, all natural. So basically, we just leave it alone until the very last minute, and then we're going to apply it in the front, and then that'll just stay on for a minute. So a minute versus 10 minutes for the rest. And I feel like it really does make a difference. Now, while this tint is on, I'm going to go ahead and start tweezing any darker hairs that I see. I'm going to leave the lighter peach fuzz ones because I'm going to clean it up with this. But any darker one, I'm just going to go ahead and tweeze. My favorite tweezers of all time, all time. I've had these for probably 10 years. They're just amazing. And it just goes to show that I've had these for 10 years and they still work amazing. It's the Tweezerman. Love the Tweezerman brand, but this is the Ultra Precision Tips. Wow. It is just the best. Highly recommend. Again, with me waxing for so long, I don't get as many crazy hairs anymore, which is really nice. I'll just get like a few out of shape, darker hairs here and there. And then I'll pluck those. And then for just the little peach fuzz, wanting it a little bit cleaner, of a cleaner look, that's when I go in with the razor blade. And I think that's pretty much it for the really dark ones. You ever start like doing your eyebrows and then you're like, I need to pick my face because that's how I feel every single time I'm in my mirror. And it's like not a good time to pick my face at the moment because I'm going to be all red and blotchy. Well, actually it would be a good time because I'm going to take a shower after this anyway. All right, so we have about a minute left and you can really see how dark the brows have gotten since applying it. I'm just going to go ahead and take some of the color and then push it into the front. And then we're going to leave this on for about a minute. Okay, so now it's time to remove these bad boys. So I'm going to just take my micellar water with a little cotton round, put a little on there. And I go crazy with it. I'm like very aggressive for absolutely no reason. Let me get another spoolie. Hold on. Had to get a clean one because we used the other one. And then I'm just going to brush through. Do you guys remember what my brow looked like before? It's a lot more full now. A lot more full. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but you see how just like the front is so much softer than the body part of it. Also, like I've kind of lost a few hairs, so that's just that. Just ignore that. I know a lot of people will get nervous about their eyebrows falling out, but remember that it is hair and your hair has a natural cycle. So eventually just like everything else, it grows out and it dies and it falls off and then you grow some more. So that's kind of what's happening in this little area right there. We're not going to worry about it. But yeah, this is what they look like now that they're tinted. It's not super crazy. Like I said, you're not really tinting the skin, but if you look closely, if it'll focus, you can see it did tint a little bit more right here on the skin. This is just like a little goner. It's not going to tint right there, but it does tint the skin just ever so slightly, and you could really see it in the tail. Okay, so now that we tweezed, I'm going to clean up with the razor blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush my brows down. I'm going to take the razor blade, and I'm also going to take a little oil. This is from Drunk Elephant. You can also use Vaseline, honestly, whatever that you want, but put something down just to protect your skin from the razor so you don't get razor burn. Very important. You do not want razor burn. And I just have a little piece of paper towel, and I'm just gonna go ham, go to town. It's not a lot that I have to do. Also, pull your skin taut when you're using a razor blade. Why do I keep saying razor blade? I feel like that's too proper. Using a razor. I'm just getting all the little peach fuzz and the things that didn't make the cut. And then I'm going to push the hairs up because I'm going to get underneath. Now, I'm going to tell you, underneath is kind of tricky, so if you do not feel comfortable, don't do it. Please don't do it. I've been scared where I thought I was going to slice my lid, so I don't want you to do that. Only do this if you're comfortable. Also, they make smaller ones too. So if that's a little bit easier for you, but I like to live my life on the edge, so I've done this so many times that I feel comfortable with a bigger one. And I don't go crazy because I really don't have that much peach fuzz. Again, from just over waxing over the years, my hair was like, all right, you don't want me there, then I won't go there anymore. Okay, so then I just kind of push that oil into the skin. I'm gonna take a shower anyway, so this is whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, which is like the final last step of me shaping my eyebrows, is I trim them. So grab yourself a pair of scissors. Where did mine go? This one is from Anastasia. Love this one. Whatever works, do you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to brush upwards. If there's one thing that my brows do consistently is still grow. So I still have to trim them. So I brush them up and I just go around them and I trim them. I don't really have like a specific formula of how much you should trim your brow. I've just kind of found over the years of doing this how much I like to take off. But it does help when I trim them. They just look a little bit more full, a little more clean, a little more snatched. So again, brush up and then trim. Cool. Easy enough. So now to fill them, because I've now shaped and tinted and done all these things, I mean, they pretty much have their shape now and I don't have to do much to them, which is why I love tinting them so much. But if I do want them a little bit fuller, I mean, you could leave them like this. Or when I'm doing a full face of makeup, I do like to fill them in just a little bit more. So going back in with the pencil, now I only have to do a little bit. And I'll just fill where I feel like it looks a little sparse still. And there, that's full on that side. Go on here. Fill that little gap right there, just because hair doesn't grow there for me. The little arch. Bam, full. And then for the front, sometimes I will use a pencil. Maybe give a little strokes here. I think I need one right here just because I don't have hair there. But what I like to do for the front is actually use powder. So I've been on the powder kick lately, and the one that I use is this one from Sigma. You can tell it's heavily loved. Unfortunately, they got rid of this and they repackaged, so I'm not sure if this is the same color or not, but I need it because this is now shattered, which is devastating. But I'm still going to use it. So I just kind of tap in there and I filled a little bit too much right there. And that's it. That's how I fill in my eyebrows. But last step, always go in with a brow setter. I love this. It's like hairspray for your brows. My favorite one is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I've used this for years. I just absolutely love it. Brush through my brows. These stay all day in their shape and it's just perfect. And that's all there is to it. Sounds like a lot of steps, but when I'm not explaining it, it goes by in like 10 minutes. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful and you enjoyed. And if you did, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there. My name is Amanda Devon on there as well. We're a little bit more chit-chatty. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see, slide into my DMs and I will be happy to talk. But now I am going to go take a shower, wash the self-tanner off and the gym stench off, and go live my best life. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.